Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Scorpio is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free. It does not cost you anything. If there is something you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Scorpio, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And Eight of Wands. A lot of creative energy, a lot of good ideas, right? I feel like you're very good at problem solving. I think that you tend to have very creative ways to solve problems. Could be that you have some kind of a job that requires this, in whatever work you do. I feel like this is a skill that's very useful, right? Let's put this into some context. Let's see what else is going on. We've got the Chariot card. We got a Ten of Cups, very nice. We've got the World or Universe card. We got a Three of Wands. The Empress, beautiful Empress energy. I feel like you're doing something very impressive right now. I feel like this is a really big win for you. I feel like you're headed towards really your ideal life. I think that you're on track to really get this manifested, and this is that kind of life that we dream about. This is that almost a utopia, right? This is the paradise. This is the land of milk and honey. And I think it's been a long time coming. I think that it's been something you've been working on for a long time, but I feel like you've recently made a very creative move and got yourself away from something that was holding you back. Okay, there's Saturn energy in this. I feel there's a restrictive energy in this. I feel like it's discipline and everything too, yes, but I feel like there were some boundaries put on you. And we've left those boundaries. We've gotten out of this. This is like let's say our hometown energy where you're on the road now. You're headed toward a different future than perhaps the previous path that you were on or something like that, right? We got that Ten of Cups down beneath everything. We've got the Justice card. We've got the Queen of Swords. We've got the Fool. And Scorpio, we just so happen to have your Power card. We always ring the bell for the Power card. That's the Death card. That's the card that rules the sign of Scorpio. So you're making this transition into your best self, living your best life. And this is extraordinary. This is literally the biggest win of your life, and I'm very, very impressed. You've got all the best cards here. You've got this wonderful major arcana, and we also have this. We have this freedom, this playfulness, this silliness, the aimless wandering of the Fool, the kind of the inconsiderate, expansive, doesn't really care about nothing kind of energy with the Fool. But we also have this very intense discernment. So you're balancing the best of both worlds. You understand what to tear down and let go of in order to build up what you really need. So I think you're in the process of purging too. I think that's probably what this period of time was about for you. Was going through a lot of old stuff, right? And maybe literally, I'm seeing boxes of stuff. I feel like you've been going through stuff, getting rid of a lot of stuff. In a good, like you're happy, like it's a spring cleaning kind of vibe. You're just happy to be throwing stuff out, right? And there's almost a joy in it for you. Because maybe you're a minimalist. Maybe it's the symbology of it that we're getting rid of old weight, old baggage, and we're getting into this very fresh, very light and airy, very springy kind of energy, yeah? And so I think that by going through the old stuff, we're really clearing the way for our best stuff, right? So sometimes to get what we really want, we've got to clear away everything we don't want. Sometimes the Chariot card, maybe not always about traveling. Maybe this is about clearing the space. Because with the Chariot card, I have this feeling of a certain area that's yours, like your home, your aura, your energy. And I feel like it's like when you have to till the ground to get ready to plant. You're getting rid of all the old stuff. You're getting everything kind of mixed in and incorporated, and you're getting everything ready. I think you've been getting things ready in your life in very creative ways. And I think you're just about ready to reap the rewards, to harvest the fruit of all the work that you've been doing. Okay? And that's pretty extraordinary. You're not letting it carry you away. You've got this idea of enjoying things and having this kind of merriment and this fool energy. But you're very discerning. You're very much able to stay on track. With a 10 of cups underneath everything, this is that intense joy. This is that bliss that you feel in your heart. The bliss that makes the fool want to just jump for joy. Right? And you've got this, but at the same time, you're able to maintain a clear perspective, a balanced perspective. You're not getting carried away by the energy. You're staying focused, right? Because I think that you're not quite at the end yet, but you are so close that it's like you're running a marathon, right? And you can see the finish line, and everybody else is miles behind you. And you want to start celebrating now. You want to start jumping toward the finish line and celebrating and dancing and spinning around and all this stuff, but you don't. You stay focused, you stay running, you stay in good form, you watch your technique, and then you cross the finish line, and then you can really celebrate. You don't want to celebrate before you get there, right? Even though you want to, because it's all but yours. It's basically in your hand. But you don't let yourself feel that all the way until you actually get there. Yeah, that's smart. That's wise. Very, very discerning here. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down over here and put Tiny Bob Ross right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. Okay. Now, because we have this Fool energy, I want to do an I Ching hexagram right off the bat, right from the very beginning. I like doing a hexagram when we get the Fool because the Fool and the Sage are almost indistinguishable, right? And we don't know whether we're being really, really, really wise or really, really, really foolish. But you're very happy about something, and I think that you are very much aware that your best life is oh so close, right? What is our hexagram? 19, nearing, right? It's almost uncanny how accurate it is. 19, nearing. You're getting closer, right? You're almost there. Creating success from the source, constancy bears fruit. Arrival at the 8th month means a pitfall. And what is the 8th month? Well, that'd be August, right? And maybe August, it's kind of towards the end of summer, right? Maybe that's a little bit too late. Yeah. Maybe we want to make sure that we don't start slowing down and celebrating now, because then we're going to arrive, later than we should, right? Does that make sense? That you're getting so close, but you can't slow down now. If anything, now we need swiftness. We need to step on the gas of our chariot. Now's not the time to slow down. All right. The greater spirit draws nearer in an ongoing process of growth as you simultaneously pay patient attention and take responsibility. That's the Justice card. Harvest happens during the 8th month, but if it isn't the end of the process of growth. Stay present to the ongoing cycle and do not focus only on the results. How does this want to grow? How can you take responsibility for its development? And what would your greater self do, right? Even has it, this hexagram even talks about your greater self, right? Your superhero, power card. And the death card indeed does remind us that this is not the end of the road. That what you're growing now, yes, you have to reap the rewards and taste the abundance and taste the fruit of your labors. But there's going to be, you're going to have to kind of till the soil and plant again and keep doing more, right? And this is the work that never ends. Tearing down and building up. Tearing down and building up. All the while enjoying it as much as you can. Realizing that this is your dream life. This is the kind of life that we've always wanted to do. And I don't know exactly what it is, the tearing down, the building up. I don't know what you're involved with, but I know that you have a very keen perspective on it. I think you're seeing it as very fundamental forces in life of the tearing down and building up. Change. The most fundamental force in the universe, and you are harnessing it, right? It's very impressive. We've got the universe card. Again, I think this is something that has been ongoing. It's something that you've been working toward for a long time. This is the biggest win of your life, but I think what we are reminding ourselves of is that it's not the last big win of your life. This might be the big harvest, but it's not the last harvest. Okay? Because I think you're aware of the kind of the greater cosmic implications of all of this. You know, that life is meant to keep on going. So maybe you're creating something even that is outliving you. Yeah. Creating something that is going to be around even when you're not. A legacy, a business, something to kind of to pass on to future generations. Yeah. Because I feel like you're thinking in those kind of terms now. You're not just thinking about like, oh gosh, I really want the weekend to come, you know. I can't wait to get my next paycheck kind of thing. You're thinking long term. So long indeed that I think you're even thinking about what's beyond you in your mortal life, right? Maybe you're thinking about your next lifetime too, or your kids' lifetime, or the rest of our lifetimes, you know? Future generations, whether they're your offspring or not, you know? I think you're having a lot more of these deeper and profound perspectives, thoughts on things. The Three of Wands up at the top here, I think that it goes with this creative fire that we see here with the Eight of Wands. It's kind of like you continue doing the work that you're doing because it's the right thing to do. I think you have a very strong work ethic. I think there's an intensity about you where sometimes you have to be reminded to enjoy yourself, right? That's how focused you can get on your work. That Spirit sometimes has to remind you, hey, slow down and eat the fruit, right? Sample the rewards of your work. Enjoy yourself, yeah. Enjoy yourself. You can enjoy yourself while at the same time stepping on the gas. Okay? Because like I said, now it doesn't feel like now's the time to slow down because you're almost here. And I think once you get here, once you get in this winner's circle kind of thing, once you get in this end zone, then I think you've got to slow down, enjoy yourself, take your foot off the gas a little bit, right? Put that card back there. Take your foot off the gas a little bit. Enjoy what you have built, what you've achieved. Enjoy your life. Enjoy what you've created. And put things into context. Put things into the larger perspective. What does this particular harvest mean for the long term? There's abundance now, yes, but then what about next year, right? What do things look like? What is the projection for future harvests, right? And I think we start making that long-term plan. We start getting kind of out of ourselves and into this bigger picture, right? Spirit's telling me someone in your family has a heart issue, that they had a heart attack or something recently, right? I don't think it was you. I think it was somebody that you know. I don't know if it was a family member even. I feel like it's you heard about somebody or someone from work, or it's not someone that you're super, super close with, but nevertheless it had kind of an impact on you, right? I'm getting a D for their name. Maybe it's David or Diana or Donna or Dawn or something like that, right? The D name. And I feel like it has an impact on you. I feel like it kind of puts things into a little bit of a perspective. That we have to start thinking about, what am I doing now that's going to exist for a while here? And maybe it is something kind of generational. Maybe you're trying to work on something, put something away for your kids or grandkids or nieces or nephews or the future generations, right? Trying to build something that is a little bit lasting. To have something to give or to leave for someone after we're gone, And we're not just talking about this because we've got the death card here, but I think that's at the end of the day, that's something that's important to you, right? And I wonder too, with all this kind of tearing down and building up and this harvesting, I wonder what the connection is with the farm or farming or growing is, because the harvest, that's a particular kind of energy, and I think that there is something like that surrounding you. Maybe if you come from a farming family, a farming community, but there's a connection there with farms or with farmland, yeah. And even the Chariot card too is suggesting to me this area that's kind of fenced off for animals. So I wonder what I don't know, I feel like maybe you have a farm now and there's animals there, right? And maybe what we're doing is we're thinking about the future generations of animals, that we're raising animals and they're having, babies, and it's just the cycle goes on, right? And it keeps going, and all the while you're the one that's holding this space for all that life to happen. And then it starts to put our own life into perspective, our own mortality into perspective. Yeah. I think you're a healer. I think that you have a natural ability to nurture and care for things. And, maybe that is something with the livestock. Maybe you're taking care of animals or healing animals. Maybe you're a vet, right? Maybe you're a veterinarian. But there's definitely a healing energy with you. Okay. What else? Let's talk about the Justice card. I think that this whole perspective of yours now is giving you this sense of you got to start being picky. We can't just entertain everything that comes our way. We got to start saying no to stuff. It's almost like we can feel that time is getting shorter as we get older. Time starts to run faster. It feels like there's less time to do everything, and we've got to be really discerning. We've got to make those decisions, what to say no to. It could be we're saying no to a lot of things that, we really would like, but there's other things that are more important. Well, one thing that's very important is you enjoying the fruits of your labor, okay? That has to be one thing that you do make time for. And that could be why we've got this card here right now, especially with the universe card over there. Maybe we've got to make time and make space to enjoy what we're creating. You're not just doing it for other people, right? You're doing it for you as well. And you've got to enjoy that. Yeah, you've got to enjoy that. And the time is coming for you to enjoy that. Right now, I think we've got to continue keeping the pace. Okay, we've got to completely cross that finish line. All right. The Three of Wands, I feel like you're a very honest person. I feel like you sometimes expect people to be just as as honest or have just as much integrity as you have. You hold people to a very high standard. Okay? And I think sometimes it's disappointing when people don't live up to that standard. But you're starting to realize that, hey, that's okay. If people aren't on your level, well, those are the people that you can say no to. Those are some of these choices we have to make. We don't have to be friends with everybody, right? If somebody's not meeting you on your level, you don't sink to theirs. You move on. You do your own thing, right? I feel like that's something that's a little bit more important to you nowadays. Okay. The Queen of Swords and the position of the environment is kind of along those lines too. We're able to see the bigger picture. And because you have this bird's eye view of everything, you can see how insignificant some things really are. I think you're finding it easier to just let things go. Because before, maybe if someone wasn't meeting you on your level of honesty or integrity, it would have really got you mad. You really would have kind of got involved, got worked up by it. But now I just feel like it's just like a little ant down there on the world, and it's not really a very big piece of the overall picture. Okay? So you're seeing that some things just aren't that significant anymore. Some things that happen in life just don't have the same impact on you that they used to. Right? It's not that you've grown cold or callous. No, the opposite, in fact. You have such a tremendous love for you and yours and what you're doing that these other things that may be in conflict with you or disagree with you or be little annoyances, they're just not that important. You barely notice them anymore. Right? I think you have a very intense focus. It might be difficult for you to relax. I think right now, yes, we've got to keep the pace, we've got to get to the finish line, but then after that, you've got to take some time to relax. It might be hard for you to let go. It might be hard for you to kind of, to just dance in the rain, you know. Maybe it's hard for you sometimes to just be kind of silly and let loose, you know. I think you need to work on that. And that would be why the Fool is in the position of the difficulty. It's difficult for us to sometimes just completely release control. Especially when we have a lot of control down here, and then suddenly we've got no control. This is not so much letting go of control, like you don't have to just give somebody the car or like give somebody the keys to the castle. This isn't necessarily losing control or letting go of control, but the ability to do so. Right? Not holding on so tightly to that control. Being able to unwind a little bit, I think. Yeah. Because the next cycle is just about to start pretty soon, you know? You don't have a lot of time to fight with yourself. You know, as soon as we harvest and we start enjoying the harvest, well, then it's time to plant again. And it's time to fix, you know, to whatever you do, till the soil and all this kind of stuff. It's time to go again. You have to enjoy the interim. You've got to enjoy that in-between, right? That liminal space between the cycles, between the beginning, or between the end and the beginning of the next one. This is the biggest win of your life, you know? This is not an insignificant moment for you. So experience it, feel it, let the Fool out, just react to it however it feels natural to react. I think what's happening is a very significant milestone for you. A very big, big moment. Maybe the biggest kind of moment of your life, right? You want to be present for it, okay? And you've got to spend a little bit of time after to really let it sink in before we start work again the next day, you know. Anyway, let's look at the mystery card. Yeah, let's see what is this. I think Wheel of Fortune right off the bat. I think maybe a Three of Cups. Wheel of Fortune or Three of Cups. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Here we go. Oh, a Nine of Pentacles. Very nice. That would make sense because we don't really have a lot of earth energy here, right? So this is saying this is you now reaping the rewards. This is you. You're dressed up in your finest outfit, and you're just I don't know, what's sauntering around your garden, sauntering around your property, indulging in yourself, feeling yourself. Yeah? You deserve this. This is you living, this is you now embodying the Empress energy. See, these two figures, the energy is very much the same. This is the archetype. This is you actually living out that archetype. And do it. Do it. Buy yourself the fancy outfit. You know, get yourself that, I don't know, buy yourself the thing. You know, cook the meal that you want to eat. Really just let yourself enjoy it however feels naturally to you. The little snail down there at the bottom reminds us that we've got to slow down sometimes and enjoy things. This is you living your best life. And it's an ongoing thing. We know that this is, we're in motion here. There's a lot of, even though the figure kind of is standing still, it's like there's a lot of motion in the card. Because I feel that someone is just kind of, you know, I don't know, sauntering, is that the right word? Sauntering around their property, their garden, their life, you know. Really feeling themselves. Not caring what other people think. Because you've done something extraordinary. And yeah, you deserve to feel how you feel about it. And enjoy yourself the way you want. Yeah. I like this. Very impressed with your energy. We're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's a link down below. New readings for Scorpio every Wednesday and Saturday. 6 a.m. Chicago time. You might not get a notification from YouTube. Your responsibility to come check, okay? If you haven't subscribed yet, though, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. And then maybe you'll get a notification. Yeah. Maybe it'll show up in your feed, something like that. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I would love to hear from you. I read every comment. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.